So motifs can be thought of as units of pattern. In the visual arts, they are bound areas or volumes that contain designs or desired combinations of art elements. They could be stamps, tiles, textures, a digital brush that has some toothiness at the end. But all those are motifs as your eye bounces around. They can be copied and arranged in multiple instances to create a desired effect for repetition, rhythm, pattern, and so forth. So meta. So this is an example of maybe an armor set that not over the entire character, but the motifs of that pattern create a rhythm and flow between the skin, and maybe he's got some leather pouches kind of coming out the side so it doesn't chafe. But there's a distinct rhythm and flow to the ideas behind motifs. The idea could also be, Lord of the Rings, the difference between elven armor and orc armor. All those motifs sort of add to that, and you can tell really quickly which one is going to work. Also with rhythm and flow, the elves are much flowy, and the way they walk and the way they run, the way they do everything is much more about flow compared to the orcs, which is much more, angular and sort of banged together like they actually are. So motifs are a great way to help show rhythm and flow as well. Another way to find balance in your design is busy to simple. Just like curves and straights, this helps guide the eye where you want them to look. It helps promote interest and detail. Busy to simple can be used for cross-hatching and inking, shapes within shapes, any pattern or motif, hair and feathers and spots and stripes, and you get the idea. So it's up to you to choose which part in your design is busy and which is simple, keeping the eye moving around the design. Don't let it get boring. So let's just design a little monster real quick to kind of show the theory and practice, busy to simple. So in a lot of these designs, I don't plan them out beforehand because I want you to see how I design as I go instead of just seeing the best version of myself that's all practiced. So you'll see me make mistakes and fix them and stuff, and I like to do that on purpose to let you know that we all do it, and it's just fake when people try to pretend that they're perfect all the time. So I've got myself a pretty simple character, and then I start to kind of make patterns and build it up a little bit. In my mind I'm thinking like, okay, I want the face to be the major part. So when I'm doing these strips, I'm adding a little bit of busyness to it, a little bit of pattern busyness. But I'm not doing it everywhere. I'm choosing where I want my lines to be. Just a little bit of flavor. Now, you'll tell the difference when I start busying up this entire thing. Notice how your eyes jump around. And again, neither of these design choices are necessarily wrong. It's just tools in your toolbox. But I want you to notice the difference in the feeling of these characters. Once you start busying something up, what happens to the design? These are all experiments you can do at any time in your own sketchbook, messing around. And just see, what do you feel when all this detail starts emerging? Some people will love it. Some people go into, comic books and see the cross-hatching in 1,000 lines and they go, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Because that's what they enjoy. It's subjective, right? But notice the feeling behind it is drastically changed. So here I'm going to try to duplicate it over here. Of course I mess it up, so let's move this over here. That's our busiest one. Clone that over here. Move that over here and try to do a simplified version so you really get a feeling the difference between all of these. So I'm going to take away a lot of my information, my busy to simple, and just have more simple shapes. And you can see the complexity and how much has changed over each one of those. So busy to simple is guiding the audience's eye around your design.